everybody, and welcome to Ryan's Reviews. Now, you're probably saying to yourself, Ryan, you normally do hotel and trip reports from airplanes. So why are you doing a product review? Number one, I'm doing it on lawnmowers. Never bought a lawnmower before, but since I moved to a place with a yard for the first time in my responsible adult life, I decided that I would go ahead, bite the bullet, and get a lawnmower, which is, depending on what you want out of your lawnmower, an amazing financial commitment or not so much. So I tried to look for something that was the best thing for not only the budget, but also for what I wanted the lawnmower to do. My lawn is not overly large. It's probably about maybe like half an acre, something like that. Nothing too big. And so with that, I am now the proud owner of a SKIL Powercore 40 charging lawnmower. Doesn't use gas. Uses battery power. 40 volts, brushless. I have no idea what any of that stuff means, but still the proud owner of a new SKIL 40 volt brushless lawnmower. Let's go ahead and break this thing out and see what it looks like.
So as you can see here, this is the side of the box, the SKIL Powercore 40. You can see the badass looking lawnmower there in the center, and the 40 volt with the brushless sign there on the side of the box. So overall, this was pretty easy to move around. The box in itself was pretty light, and as you can see, a 20-inch brushless 40V push mower. So once again, not 100% sure what all that means, but definitely it sounds pretty good. And this is the picture of the top of the box of the Powercore 40 industry-leading battery technology, long run life, pump charger, fully charged in 120 minutes from everything I saw that appeared to be true, and the digital brushless motor, which, as I'll demonstrate later, really cuts into how much noise this thing creates. And as we're looking inside here, these are all the owner's manuals that you are going to get with this: the battery charger, the mower, and the warranty card right there, and the promotion sign. When you pull this thing out of the box, this is what it's going to look like, all nice and folded up. And as you can see on the outside, this thing does look pretty badass. So we're just looking around the back of it now with the back wheels, the little hatch there, which you can attach to the bag or the mulching attachment to, and the little handle extension there. So I'm playing around with the sides. That's lock, unlock, so you can rotate that thing around. And you can also fold out the top lever like this. Now, it comes in a little bit constricted, but you can extend that by playing around with the locks here on the side to lock that thing in place. And extending it, that's the extension, that's the lock, that's the unlock. So you can go ahead and pull this thing out. And as you can see, this thing extends, so it's adjustable. So no matter what your most comfortable way to mow is, you have a way of adjusting that sort of handle to you. As you can see, it's a pretty basic layout. You can see the little engine bar there to keep it running, the little push button starter there. And you have a little handle here to help pick it up. You have the battery charging compartment where you end up charging where you end up putting the battery in front of the mower, with the entry point there, the two wheels, the side view there. You have a little red adjustment knob for how tall you want to make the grass, and the back cover. Now, the back cover has this mulching attachment in here, which I decided to leave in instead of using the bags. I just generally like mulching better than having to bag and play around with the clippings and everything like that. And moving over to this is the battery and battery charger itself. So as you can see here, none of this stuff is really that heavy, nor is it very inconvenient. So pretty much all you have to do is just plug in the battery there, and you are good to go. And you can see the green light there, it's blinking, and you can see the battery is beginning to charge. Press the little button there to see if it had anything in it, and it had nothing. So still got to charge this thing up a little bit and see what happens. That's the bottom of the battery there. As you can see, it's pretty light and pretty easy to maneuver into the charger itself. It just slides right in, so pretty easy connectivity for it. And that's the grass bag if you're someone who likes to collect the grass as opposed to using the mulching. So pretty cool little painted in company symbol there on the side, but overall it's a pretty standard grass bag, at least from mowers that I've seen and or briefly operated while mowing other people's yards in the past. This is kind of the view of the mower from the back side. And as you can see, this thing is really light. So I'm trying to demonstrate by pointing this one finger how light this mower is to move. So you don't have to put a lot of force into it to move forwards or backwards, and this thing is light. And you'll see how well it maneuvers when I end up taking it out there. This is the bottom of it, so pretty much just your basic, underside lawnmower. You got your blade, which spins around, bottom of the tires, and as you can see in the back there, the mulching attachment in place. So we don't really need the bag or anything like that. And that's a picture of the mulching attachment, which is pretty easy to pull in and out. It's just plastic. You pull it in, you pull it out, attach a bag, and you are good to go if that's what you want to do. If not, just leave that mulcher in there, and it'll do the job for you.
So we're going to take a look at this thing today to see how it performs its first official time in. So what we're going to be looking at here with this thing is how well does it hold a charge, how well does it cut the grass, just basic everyman stuff for somebody who's never really operated a lawnmower before. So let's go ahead and click this battery in and get this thing started.
So this is the battery, and like I said, pretty light, pretty maneuverable. We're going to go ahead and click this thing into the battery compartment here so you guys can see how it fits. And like with the charger, slides right in, no problem, and you close the door there. Well, it's time to see how this thing starts up, which you do by pushing the button, then pulling the lever. So let's try this thing out.
Well, it's on. The noise is not as loud as I thought it would be. It actually sounds like you're vacuuming your yard with this type of noise level. So not really something that'll wake the neighbors up here as we are mowing around the yard. So overall, pretty psyched about how this thing is going thus far. So we are definitely putting in some work on the yard, and as you can see here, it is definitely doing its job cutting the grass. So first impressions on this thing are pretty awesome. So about less than halfway through, the mower looks like it's conked out on me. So let's examine this thing according to the troubleshooting guide and see what the problem is.
Now, of course, the troubleshooting guide, the most common thing is checking on the battery pack here. And of course, before you do any safety stuff on the lawnmower, you always got to make sure you take the battery out so it is good and not going to start up on you while you are messing around with it. So obviously the first thing, like with computers, turn it off, take the battery out, put it back in, see if that solves anything. Barring that, looking down at the bottom of the lawnmower, don't see anything there that would cause an obvious jam. Not a lot of too heavy grass buildup there that would stop the blade or anything like that. So we're going to go ahead and turn this thing over and probably try to set it up for a little bit higher setting on the grass clippings and see if that'll probably remedy the issue here. And of course, this probably might be something that could be avoided if I had the bag on and not the mulching attachment, but I roll how I roll. So we're going to go ahead and hike this thing up a little bit and see if that does the job. And this is after we completed the lawn mowing. We're going to go ahead and check on the battery here to see how much juice it has left in it. As you can see, it is almost out. So it was pretty much perfect just to be able to get the yard done. And we're going to go ahead and take this thing, get it charged up, and go ahead and get the lawnmower put away.
So overall, how did the mower do its first time out? Kind of iffy. It did shut down a couple times, which you guys saw when I tried to restart it there. Not sure why. Just pulled the battery jack out, put it back in, did a couple things from the troubleshooting manual, and eventually it started back up. So a little irritating, but even with gas mowers, sometimes it happens. Whether it's something gets jammed or something jiggles out of place, it happens. Did the lawn pretty well, decent speed. I'll also say one thing: it's a bit difficult with the turns there, but nothing I couldn't muscle through. So overall, a pretty badass looking lawnmower that for those people just looking to get their basic lawn mowing stuff done. Obviously, it's able to do a pretty good job, and as you saw, it finished just about when the battery ran dead. So if you've got like a nice little decent sized housing lot, you should be able to get through it in one charge, and that should not be a problem. But other than that, no major complaints other than just like it shut down a couple times randomly. Still don't know why. But other than that, a pretty solid product. So I will give it a solid B as just your basic lawnmower goes. Like I said, nothing special about it. Did the job. And for my first purchase lawnmower, it's something that I can definitely live with. So thank you for tuning in to Ryan's product reviews, and have a nice day, and please like the channel, and we will keep pushing these things out. Have a good one, people.